Hi, hello, and all that good stuff. My name is Allie. I am the Chaotic Reader, and this is where I talk about book things. Today I have for you this stack of books. It's quite the stack. I'm aware that it could topple over at literally any moment, but here it is. What is this stack of books, you may ask? Well, I have some plans for my shelves and my TBR, and this is kind of the start of that a little bit. These are all the books that I've pulled off my shelves that I feel that I am just the most excited for right now, the most hyped for. And that's just right now. That could change at any time. Some of these books I might fall out of interest in for a little bit, fall back into interest with. My moods and interests change a lot. I was going to make a metaphor. I couldn't think of one. I am not a poet, obviously. There's a little more to this whole plan, but there's another video coming later with kind of the rest of that, a bookshelf organization with a little bit of a twist. So you'll see that, I'm hoping, soon, but it's quite a project that I've got going, which I think I've talked about on Twitter and other videos. And so you'll see it eventually. I'm probably hyping it up too much. It's really not that exciting. I'm excited for it, but let's just go ahead and get into the stack of books. These are in no particular order because I just kind of stacked them here very haphazardly, if you cannot tell. And now for today's sponsor, Waypoint Books. I'm just kidding. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just really love Waypoint Books. I'm a little bit biased because Hannah is my wifey, but she does good work. And the first book off this stack is Given by Nandi Taylor, which came from one of my Waypoint subscription boxes. Hannah picked this one out for me. It was a surprise book, and I'm really excited for it. It's dragons, and I mean, she knows that I will read anything with dragons in it. So, in general, I'm always excited for the dragon books. But if you are at all interested in a subscription box tailored to your tastes with books you may not have even heard of in it, there are two options, a half moon and a full moon subscription box. I might be getting that wrong. I don't have my phone by me to look that up. Either way, I will link it down below. Please check it out. Her bookstore actually also has good prices. If you prefer UK covers, it's a good place to get that. You can also request things from her and she'll find them for you. It's just, she does good work, and I spend way too much money on her every single month. So again, please check it out. She's fantastic. The shop is fantastic, and buy books from indie shops instead of from Jeff Bezos. I buy books from Amazon all the time still too, so. Moving on, we have Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. I actually also own Emergency Contact, and I'm interested in Yoke, so I figured I really need to get to this author, and this is one that every time I see it, I'm just excited for it. I love the cover. I don't have the really cool cover with the transparent thing. This is the Book of the Month edition, so it's not as cool, but it looks so good, and I really like musician romances. I don't know why, I just think they're really good. I read Super Fake Love Song by David Yoon recently and had a really good time with that one. I gave it 4 stars. So this one is definitely one that really interests me right now. I don't know much more about it other than it's a romance with musicians, and I hope to get to it soon. Now, as always with my videos, I don't know a lot about a lot of these books. They're just ones I'm drawn to. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to read you synopsises or anything because I kind of like going into books not knowing as much. I don't know what this is. The next book on this stack is Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. I have been meaning to get to this forever, and I've been really into middle grades this year, so this is definitely one on my shelves that I am drawn to getting to. I don't know why I keep putting it off, but it's one that I really do need to read soon. And all I know about this one is it's about a cursed girl who, when she turns, I think it's 11, she's going to die, but then she gets whisked away to a magical world and has to earn her place there instead of dying. That's all I got. Then I pulled The Girl Who Drank the Moon off my shelves. This one has interested me for a long time, and it's been on my shelves for a little while now. It seems like a witchy kind of magical middle grade, and I'm really into witchy vibes right now. Also, there's a tiny little dragon looking thing on the cover, so obviously dragon, I'm there for that. All I know is this is about a village that sacrifices a child to the witch in the woods every year, but the witch in the woods is like, dude, what the fuck? I'm not gonna do anything to you. I don't want these children. I don't eat children, okay? What the hell? So she takes these children and brings them to another village where they are adopted into families, but she accidentally feeds this girl Moonlight, and she gains some kind of magical powers, so she instead decides to raise this girl, and it sounds like a good time. And even as I'm talking about it now, I really want to pick this one up really soon. There is The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. This I got not too long ago as well. I've heard mixed things about it, but I'm really interested. I feel like the reason a lot of people aren't liking this one is it's different from her other works. It's an urban fantasy. It's not a more traditional fantasy, I suppose. And knowing that going in, knowing that it's written different, it's gonna feel different, I think I can still really enjoy it. I love N.K. Jemisin's writing. The whole cities being alive thing really interests me. I love like alive houses in books, so a whole city kind of being alive, I'm really intrigued, and I'm hoping that this is good. The dust jacket is missing on this one at the moment, but this is The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, and this is the sequel to The Poppy War. I need to get to this. Why haven't I? Because I never continue my damn series. Yeah. Reading habits, not good. The Poppy War was a really intense fantasy. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't quite a 5-star read for me, but it was about a 4.5, and I really want to get to this one. I think there might be more things that I really enjoy about this one and the next one, and we'll see soon, hopefully. With all of these, it's hopefully soon, but who knows. There is A Vanishing of Griffins, which is another one I ordered from Hannah. This one I ordered specifically because it is the sequel to A Darkness of Dragons, which was one of my favorite books I read very early on in the year. I read it for a dragon vlog I did, which I will link somewhere if you're interested in seeing me read 3 different dragon middle grades. I had a really good time with it, and that one was my favorite, and this is the sequel. It took a long time, it seems, for this book to come out after the first one, and I haven't seen news about a third one, so I'm a little concerned that I'm gonna read this one and not get more, at least anytime soon, but I hope so, because this series is so good. It's basically about a boy who is a piper, and in this world, pipers play their pipes, and it gives them sort of a magic power. They can play songs that make different things happen, songs that even can control people. And this boy has kind of run away, and in the end he ends up kind of having to save the world with a Dracogryph, which is a dragon slash griffin, and a girl who has been turned into a rat. It's a good time. I really loved it. Here is another book sent to me in one of my Waypoint subscription boxes. That is A Natural History of Dragons, a memoir by Lady Trent by Marie Brennan. This, I believe, is written kind of, well, it's written like a memoir about someone who has discovered dragons, I believe. It just sounds really interesting. I'm interested in the way that it's going to be written, how it's going to feel, and more of a sort of scientific look, or a historical look at if dragons had really existed in our world and the person who would have discovered them. And I think it deals with feminist issues as well. I'm just really interested in this one, and I would like to pick it up maybe this month. Then we have Muse of Nightmares, which I feel like I keep talking about but keep not getting to for some reason. Strange the Dreamer was one of my favorite books I read last year. I loved it so much. It's one of the few books I think I would even reread at some point, and this is the sequel. I know this is very different. I know some people don't think it should have been a duology. They just don't like this one, but I am really hyped for the fact that the reason people don't like it is it feels different and it's darker. That sounds right up my alley, to be honest. So I really need to get to this. we're just gonna keep going with my Waypoint subscription books, because here is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, which this was actually an extra book gifted to me by Hannah when I was having a real shit time, and it made me feel happy, and I haven't read it yet, so I need to get to it. I do like sci-fis, but I haven't read a lot of them, and this is one that I've been really intrigued by for a really long time. I don't actually know a lot of what it's about, but I've heard that the writing is really good, that the series gets really emotional, and I love a good cry over a book. I mean, I don't actually like ever cry at books. If a book actually brings a tear to my eye, automatic 5-star, because it's really hard. I cry about everything, but for some reason I don't cry a lot when I'm reading books, so. Then we have Pet by Akwaeke Emezi. I've been wanting to read something by Akwaeke Emezi for a long time. This was gifted to me by Molly a few months ago, I believe, and I haven't gotten to it yet, which is dumb because it's so short. I should just get to it. Here's one I acquired recently, and that's Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I mean, Gothic. Anything Gothic-y is basically gonna be in this pile, at least if I own it. There's ones on my e-reader, Kindle, on my Kindle, that thing, you know. There's ones on there as well, and just in general, I'm excited for Gothic reads this year, and this is one that I'm really excited to get to. But I might save it for Gothtober, which is a readathon Hannah hosts all about Gothic reads. We'll see if I have the patience. Another one that gives me Gothic-y vibes is The English Wife by Lauren Willig. I had never heard of this before. I saw it at the store. I had to get my hands on it because it just looks really interesting and sounds Gothic-y and sounds like a good time. This one I want to get to as soon as possible. I think it's going to be one of my first reads in July, and that is In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. A prince and a pirate on a piratey adventure and a romance. I don't need to know anything more. I talked about this one in my book haul. I'm really excited for it. I think a lot of these I talked about in my book haul. I'm just really excited for the books that I've acquired more recently, because I feel like I've gotten to know my tastes much better over like the last 6 months or so, and I feel like my tastes have been changing and shifting quite a lot. So the books I've acquired more recently are the ones that I am mostly the most excited for. Another one of those being The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. This is the last book in the Broken Earth trilogy, and it's another one that I think I might try to read in July because I want to finish this trilogy. I want to know how it ends. I'm hoping it ends well. I think I'm just nervous about how this is going to end and that it's not going to be everything I want it to be. So I'm just a little hesitant about it because I loved the first 2 books so much. Another one with a dust jacket is missing at the moment, but that is Ruin Song by Julia Ember. This one I'm really excited for because it was Hannah's favorite book so far this year, and me and Hannah tend to have similar tastes, but she also seems worried that I might not love it as much as her because it seems like a lot of people don't. But I'm still really excited to get to it. I need to get to it soon. I don't know why. I mean, it seems like it'll be a quick read, and I need to read it. The last book I have sitting over here at the moment is Wild Beauty by Anna Marie McLemore. I just like the magical realism lately. I've been kind of getting into that genre a little more, and this sounds really good. So I also just want to read more Anna Marie McLemore, more Katrina Leno, more Crystal Sutherland, because I just read a book by her that had more of those vibes, and it was also creepy. I really like creepy magical realism. I don't know if that's what this one's going to be, but I'm still excited to get to it. That's all I got. It was just a quick video about the books on my shelves I'm most excited for, even though I didn't tell you a lot about most of them. Thank you for watching. Please comment below if you're interested in any of these books, if you read any of them, what you thought of them. Also, if you have any suggestions for Gothic reads or creepy magical realism reads. I'm really into those 2 things right now, and I'm always looking for more because I actually don't really have many on my shelves. So if you have any suggestions for books with those vibes, please comment them down below, and please subscribe if you want to see more of me and my wigs and my ridiculousness. and chaotic energy. I will see you guys next time.